Hey everybody, it's Wexdarn here, and welcome to a little bit of a different Let's Play some. As this time we're gonna be playing a little bit of Dr. Robotnik's Mean Bean Machine, or Dr. Robotnik's machine as it is at the moment. But yeah, this is kind of a unique entry into the Sonic franchise, to be honest, and a lot of people don't consider it an entry into the Sonic franchise, and to be honest, I really don't either, but we're gonna wait on this title screen for a little bit just so we can get the incredibly deep story behind this game. There we are. Yeah, so basically what this game is there's a puzzle game that was released in Japan called Puyo Puyo. And when porting it for the West on the Super Nintendo and the Mega Drive or the Genesis, depending on where you are, they decided not to sell the game as was, but instead slap two different skins on it. They decided to slap a Sonic the Hedgehog skin for the Mega Drive / Genesis and a Kirby skin for the Super Nintendo. So what you've got is basically a really good Japanese puzzle game and a really cheap ways of trying to sell it over here. But as the story's trying to tell you, Dr. Robotnik here, who is not the one from the games, but the one from the cartoon show, The Adventures of Sonic the Hedgehog, which came out sometime between the second and third games, he's basically trying to take over the world / remove all the fun and song from Mobius by turning beans into machines. And if you press the Mega Drive buttons on the title screen, then it actually moves those letters. But anyway, so yeah, like his plan is to change all beans into robots. Like, considering his main plan in the games is turn little animals into robots, it's not that far off, to be honest. So yeah, but like just as an even so like the main idea is like all the bosses in this, like all these enemies that we're fighting, are all robots from the TV show, and like that's basically how much of a Sonic skin it gets. You saw the intro, you see this, there's one more cutscene in the game alongside all these robots, but like Sonic doesn't even appear in this, and instead what you're playing as, or what the game tells you you are, because you don't like physically control the character at all, is that little orange thing there next to the green score icon. His name is Has-Been, but he's actually a character directly ripped from Puyo Puyo called Carbuncle. But yeah, that's kind of how good of a skin cover port this is, guys. Like, they didn't even remove one of the characters from the original game to put like a little Sonic icon there. No, instead we've still got them here. So yeah, like I said, Sonic doesn't appear in this game. He doesn't even appear in the title of this game, really. But yeah, like the main original things for this game are the inclusion of some Sonic characters from the TV show, some background music, and like these like stone backgrounds that you're seeing here, as well as portraits for the character icons like this when the characters start losing, which are kind of cool little icons, to be honest. I really do like the art style in this game. I think it's actually pretty nice for, you know, 16-bit games. But anyway, even though I've nearly already beaten the first stage, let's get into the mechanics here. Basically what you've got are these beans, like you can rotate, and what you're trying to do is match up four or more in a line to, you know, get rid of them. And if you manage to chain them together, like I did a couple of times there, as you might have seen, you drop these clear beans onto your opponent's side, which basically, you know, like it ruins them because they can't use the clear beans for anything, and in order to remove a clear bean, you have to like destroy beans directly touching the clear beans. So yeah, like Like, and basically, like, it's the first person not to touch the top, you know, like Tetris and all that stuff. And you're right, wondering, like, well, you've not really complained about it. You've actually said it was a good game, but you didn't like Pokemon Puzzle League, even though it basically had the same thing. So, and that's true, but at the same time, there's two major differences. Number one, this game lets me, like, fully rotate my blocks around, which I know sounds like a nitpick, but I like having, you know, full control of all my puzzle pieces in games. But, and number two is basically, I don't have, like, any pieces at the bottom of the grid to start with, so basically, if I screw up, if I, you know, lose, it's pretty much always going to be down to just me making mistakes, rather than the fact the game screwed me over by giving me a bad setup to begin with, you know? So, I prefer that about this game. But saying that, I don't necessarily think this is a good Sonic game. I think it's a good game that got a skin. There's a difference, because there's a lot of Sonic fans who don't like this game. As a Sonic game, no. As a puzzle game, yeah, it's pretty good. But anyway, like, getting into more stuff that was basically just, like, skinned. All the characters that you face in this, like, there's 13 characters that you face. They have identical, like, AI to the original game. Like, the AI for these characters, how they behave in, like, these puzzles, directly lifted completely from the original game. So, like, there was not a thing about them that was, you know, originally coded for them other than their portraits and their pre-battle spiel, basically. So yeah, if you're good at Puyo Puyo, and I'm not in particular, you'll be good at this game. So make of that what you will, really. And I really should have chained that on the other side to get those two sets out at the same time. But ah well, I'm gonna get a chain here. So yay! It's not that big, but it helps. Like you might have seen that this guy Frankie's AI is basically to, you know, just drop blocks like sequentially, like just go left to right with all the blocks. Sometimes it actually works out really well for him and he gets really lucky, but other times like this doesn't pan out so well. But yeah, it's actually really upsetting sometimes when he actually gets it perfect, because like he can rack up like serious combos if the game's with him. Looks like I'm kind of getting lucky on this, but regardless of the outcome against Frankie here, I am gonna skip ahead to a different fight using the password system that's in this game. And I think I've won this now. Come on, Frankie, like, you can't beat that. There's no way you're escaping from that. Gotta love Frankie's lose pose. And I really love a has-been / carbuncle that's right there. But anyway, like I know I'm going to skip my password system, but there's something unique about this robot in that it's the only robot in the game that was not taken from the TV show that this game's based on. Like, he was a completely original character for this game. The other 12 fights in this game are all completely lifted from the actual TV show. And funnily enough, they're actually all lifted from the very first episode of the TV show. So, like, I think they literally watched one episode of the show and said, this is what we're basing it off. But, yeah, I'm gonna enter my name here, but, like, there's only one other fight that I'm really gonna show off, and, like, the reason why I'm not, you know, playing through the entire game to get there is basically I know it's gonna be boring for you guys to watch 13 of the same fights over and over, so I am gonna, you know, show you 3 at most. So just got Wex here. And I also love this animation of Robotnik just shouting at his robots. And again, this is actually from the first episode of the TV show, so I think they literally watched just the first episode and that's it, they went and made a game. Like, I seriously think that's what happened. But anyway, all the names on this board are actually based on you know, characters are actually in game as well, which is kind of cool. I like when games actually do that with scoreboards and stuff, so yeah. Anyway, we are gonna use password, like I said, to jump ahead to the last fight I want to show you guys. And yeah, I'll join you back when I've entered it. By the way, look up the password entry theme if you can on YouTube, because it's pretty funky. Okay guys, we're back, and here is the password that you'll need to face the final boss on normal difficulty if you plan on playing this game. But yeah, here we go. This is the only other cutscene in the game. Unfortunately, it is not voiced by Long John Baldy, who voiced like Dr. Robotnik in the show. Like, I think that guy actually did a pretty great job with him. Sorry, Long John Baldry, not Baldy. Like that sounds horrible. I'm sorry, sir. I enjoyed your role. I enjoyed you in this role. But anyway, like you'll see how fast like the speed's upgraded like over time. Like I said, because we've skipped to the final level. Like we've missed out on the slow progression, but this is how fast it actually gets. And as you can see, this game is not messing around anymore. Like, jeez, Robotnik. I know it's a mean beam machine, but chill out. Yeah, like I mentioned before, like I love like some of the animations that they give these characters. Robotnik's win animation is the best thing about this game. And that is why we have to do this, just so you can see it, and also just because of how insane the speed gets. I'm sorry, it just... I love Robotnik's winning face. It's the best thing. Oh god. Oh, that's sounded man. It's the best thing. Oh. Like you need to see no more than Robotnik's face doing this and cheering yeehaw. Oh god. But yeah, like it's an enjoyable game, and you can hear like the intense music build up. Like I love when puzzle games do that, but you know, like pretty much every puzzle game does that. So yeah, that was Dr. Robotnik's Mean Bean Machine. A not official entry into the Sonic canon. It doesn't seem to get referenced a whole lot, but there it was. Just thought I'd spend a bit of time playing that because I do enjoy it. But yeah, like I said, hope you guys have enjoyed this, and thank you so much for watching. Hope you're all having a really great day.